edition of Points of Interest, brought to you by the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce. My name is Paul Boucher. I'm the President and CEO of the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce. And as we do each week, we bring you up to date on the activities going on here in Lebanon and the environs, and have a special guest to speak on a particular topic. This week being no different, we have Paul Coates, who is the Director of the Lebanon Parks and Recreation Department for the City of Lebanon. He'll be talking about the spring and summer activities that the Recreation Department has planned, and some new ones that they have instituted this year, and should be of quite an interest to our viewers. But to begin this particular week, all week long this week, Ava Gallery is running a silent auction. Over 100 different exhibitors are downstairs here where we take. And you can come in and put a bid on any of the items there, on something that you might enjoy. And a gift from a local artist is probably pretty special. All forms of, from art to sculpture to tinsmithing and all is all there. Like I say, over 100 artists are showing their particular items. And then on this coming Saturday, at 7 p.m. there will be a gala, which time you'll have entertainment and other things, and the winners of the silent auction will be announced. Also all week this long, as I'm sure all of you have noticed, the change in weather. We lost the summer weather that we've had. We're back to more seasonable, and what's happening as a result of that the maple sugar industry is kicking back in with the cold nights and the warm days. So the sugar houses are busy, and if you want to take a little ride, there are plenty of sugar houses right here from Lebanon. If you want to take Route 120 south, the first one you will hit is right at Kimball Union Academy, right off the campus there. You take a right at the blinker, go up over the hill, and you are at the Taylor Farm, and they are making syrup there. Then you will get back on 120, and the next one is called the Broken Ridge Farm. That is on the left-hand side, and they're making syrup. And then a little further down, we have Jimmy Lukash's sugar house, and so within a short driving distance, you would get 3 different sugar houses and the byproducts that they make different things with. At the Taylor Farm, they're making cheeses and such also, so not only the maple syrup. And what's interesting in watching there at the Taylor Farm is that they have a new piece of equipment that takes out 75% of the water before it gets into their evaporator. So it takes much less time, less energy, and makes a very good product. Right now it's the dark amber that's out there now, and it's very flavorful. So that's if you want to take a little ride. You can do that this week, heading down toward, or if you want to head north on Route 10, we have the Thompson Farm, former Governor Thompson's farm, Mount Q, on 25A. Just before you get into Orford, you take a right on 25A, and the farm is just up the road there. And many goodies there also. They do get baking goods and homemade products there also, so that's a good take also for a day's ride. We have a number of plays that are going on. We have Relatively Speaking, and that's at the Shaker Bridge Theater in Enfield. That is this coming Friday. And you may call 448-3750 for more information on that particular venue. And then we have coming up, we have a job fair. I know although our jobless rate is very good in the Upper Valley, there's still 3.9% of people in the area who are out of work. So New Hampshire Works, which is a division of the New Hampshire Employment Security, is holding a job fair March 29th from 10:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at the Fireside Inn and Suites in West Lebanon. And they're going to have 46 employers there who are all looking for people. So if you are in that category, I suggest you do go to the Fireside Inn on Thursday between 10:30 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. to look at that. We have some shows that are coming up at the Lebanon Opera House also. We have on April 5th, Bluegrass part of the home series sponsored by Citizens Bank, and they're going to be at the Lebanon Opera House on April 5th. We also have coming up a little further into April, we have comedian Bob Marley, a well-known comedian, is coming in on the 13th of April. We have violinist Ruyu Gato on the 16th of April. And the Dartmouth Airs are going to be at the Lebanon Opera House on the 19th of April. So a number of plays and such going on at the Lebanon Opera House coming up in the next few weeks. So as I mentioned, we have a guest every week, and this week we have Paul Coates, who is the director of the Lebanon Parks and Recreation Department here in Lebanon. And Paul, how many years have you been with the Recreation Department?
Almost on my 11th anniversary being here. Started off as a coordinator. I've been directing the department for 2.5 years now.
So it's 2.5 already that you've been the director.
I believe it,
Excellent.
right?
Time flies.
It does.
And you've always had some exciting programs, keep the kids and adults busy. I'm interested in times in the trips that you plan. Savvy Seniors, is that what you
We
call
do.
it? We have Savvy Seniors, which is where I qualify, and they have quite a few programs there. So a little bit on new programs this year.
Yeah, we can get some families with young kids excited about a new camp that's being offered this year called Superhero Camp, and it is for kids aged 4 to 7 years old. We're going to have this over at Civic Park behind Seminary Hill School, and we have a group coming in, and that's their theme, superheroes. So I don't know, I think you're going to end up seeing a lot of kids running around with superhero capes and having a great time with arts and crafts and a lot of physical activity, just like you would expect at a camp. So that's going on during the week of August the 13th, and a couple different short segment camp sessions so that kids of that age group can stay entertained and focused for the time. So we're pretty excited about that one. And beyond that, we have the same regular summer camp offerings with Camp Kaleidoscope has been our ever favorite and popular. Summer theater workshop, which is exciting. Ellen Wilbur, who had directed that program for 26 years, retired a couple years ago, but we have some of her proteges that she had trained are taking over the reins for that one. And so Allie and Bill Sawyer will continue to offer summer theater workshops. So we're hoping that a lot of kids can register for it. And right here at CATV Studios, we also have a CATV video camp, and we love to partner with the TV station here to offer that to everybody. So beyond that, the Green continues to be an exciting place to be, both on Monday nights for the evening shows and the normal Thursday activities with noontime kids programming, but also the Farmers Market from 4 to 7 and the Front Porch Music Series, which will start right after the 4th of July. But also there's dancing in the park and there's story time in the park that we do around noontime on Wednesdays. So all this is available from the rec office on the website and in our program guide.
Wonderful. And your schedule is all laid out for the groups that are going to be doing Monday nights?
It is. We don't have our flyers in yet, but it is on our website and it's in the program guide, and we'll soon have the playbills to hand out to folks so you can keep one on your refrigerator.
And along with a lot of the regular groups that we've had in the past.
That's right.
The Lebanon Community Band, which is always very popular.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, usually the last concert of the season is the Mad Bavarian Brass Band, and they're always very popular also. But
They've been a lot of fun.
and the Front Porch Series in the past have been.
That's right. We try to bring in a lot of regional bands for that, and folks who play on the national scene. So some bigger shows, bigger names that come in, and a lot of folks come to the Front Porch Music Series still not knowing who those bands are, and they walk away with a new favorite and a new CD to take home and listen to. So they're pretty psyched about the Front Porch Music Series thing going on. You mentioned other new programs. We're starting off this year too with Battle of the Bands, and we have that happening on May 31st on the Green at the bandstand. We're partnering with the Tuck Rock Dojo and also XL92 and the Lebanon Opera House to bring competition of 10 bands. We're going to face off on the bandstand. It's a free show for the public. We're offering them some incentives and have judges there, and we're going to have a full-on battle. All genres, from some heavy stuff to irregular acoustic sets, and some people are covering songs that you and I would know, and some have original music. So it should be an exciting time. It's after the first Farmers Market, May 31st.
May 3rd, so it would be a Thursday evening.
That's right.
Okay. And also, The other venue that you have is the pool,
Yeah,
the municipal pool.
we have the pool. There's we've talked about it probably the last time I was on your show, but there's a new trail that connects the rail trail, as everybody knows the rail trail. But there's a trail that now connects the rail trail to the pool, so kids can take your bike or walk down there or push your kids in a stroller. And the pool opens on June 14th, I believe it is, just in time for the heat, June 18th. And full slate of swimming lessons available for any age, including adults, and diving boards and the whole bit. So that's always a popular place with the spray features and things too.
It's great because there's plenty of room for picnicking, and family can go there and have a picnic and swim and enjoy the pool. The pool is probably 5, 6 years old now, the new pool.
I think
It's gorgeous.
it's actually 10 years old.
Is it really? But time flies.
Right.
I remember at some point that buses were provided for people, for kids particularly, but anybody could take it, to the pool. Is that still an option for somebody if you live in West Lab or?
We do not have that option any longer. We did have it for a long time, and the ridership went down to a place where it was no longer affordable for the taxpayers to fund that process. So we focused more on having ability for people to ride their bikes there safely instead of getting on the roads and things like that. So, but there is not a bus service any longer.
There is, okay. Another one, we don't talk about it too much, but I think that's under your jurisdiction also is the skate park in West Lab. Is that
Right.
under your jurisdiction?
It is. I'm glad you brought that up. The skate park is also about 11 years old now, or 10 years old, and it's currently going under some much needed repairs. So we're actually calling anybody who's in the skating community out there who wants to be involved to help us with some input about how we can redesign the park and lend a hand on getting that place fixed up. So it's still used heavily, and we're excited to have it. We're just going to give us a little TLC and make it a great place again.
So you won't be closing down, it'll just be working around the
That's right.
particular one. The Riverside Rotary Club put quite a bit of time and effort in there.
And they continue to. Yeah.
In that park, and kudos to them. And we call it a skate park, but it's a complete picnic area also. And I know I take my grandkids there on the playground equipment, there's plenty of playground.
Right.
And then the Horseshoe League plays there, that's not under your venue, is it?
Right, we provide the space for them, but they run the league, and the horseshoe pits are available to the public to use on their own when they're not having a league night, which they have league nights on Wednesday. Not a good time to go try to play horseshoes
Okay.
for the public, but any other time you're welcome to use them.
And there's a number of pits there.
Yeah, there's 10, I think.
Is it 10,
Yes.
10 pits that people can use?
Mhm.
A lot of activities and a lot of detail. I could just see the detail work in getting the band here or do you get into sports at all, crosses or any of that nature also?
This week is our first week of having our spring sports, so lacrosse is starting already. Softball season is starting, track and field is starting, and all of those things will be going all the way through the spring and into the summertime. And also in the summertime, we pick up summer baseball and tennis and things like that too. So, as well as all of the sports camps that can go on during late spring or summer. So yeah, we're ready for sports. This early spring is probably not good for some industries, but it's certainly good for recreation. So we like getting out there and getting those kids active. And adult softball teams are also starting up right now. So a lot of sports happening. We even have a partnership with Dartmouth student athletes called Athletes in Action, Athletes United. And that's just a free program for residents to get together with a Dartmouth athlete. They come here to Lebanon, and we have a day set aside on Thursdays at Pat Walsh Park for the spring, and then over at the Civic Park in the summertime, where they can just meet up with some athletes and play a bunch of fun games and then have some competitions on Dartmouth campus at a Dartmouth athletics facility on Sundays. So it's a really cool program, it's a mentoring program, and we have a good time partnering with them on that.
And then you have for the adults also drop-in you had at the Seminary Hill School volleyball, and was there basketball also?
That's right. We have Tuesday night basketball still going on, and Wednesday volleyball, and Thursday soccer. But Thursday soccer, we're still hoping to find a new coordinator, volunteer coordinator, to help open the gym for us for that one. But we do have basketball and volleyball happening.
Excellent. So for somebody to just drop in and very informal for anybody, adults who want to get a little exercise can do so by doing that. We mentioned you're the director, but with all this detail, I'm sure you have help.
We do. I have the greatest staff. Rick Desharness is our sports coordinator, and Chrissy Flight is our recreation coordinator. Anybody who comes or calls the office will meet Bobby Allen, our admin assistant, and then Doug McGrath is our maintenance foreman, keeping all of our parks looking great. So I have a wonderful full-time staff, and we bring on a lot of lifeguards and summer camp counselors and some people to run the pools, run the camp stuff, other people to help out with our fields. But Chrissy and Rick are really the folks that a lot of people get to see as we take people climbing or kayaking or out on these camp trips. Or you mentioned the Savvy Seniors. Chrissy gets to lead a lot of trips off to different diners and senior center places for lunches and field trips to even, I don't know, go up to Castle in the Clouds or
They get the mountains, I know they go into Lincoln and that type of thing, all day trips and by bus, and you can enjoy the scenery, enjoy the stops that they do, and without driving and the like. So
Rick has put together some pretty cool stuff too, where two things come to mind. One is we've partnered with the junior high school and the American Legion to offer free nights at the Fisher Cats with Lebanon Recreation. So we're giving away tickets. We actually have a wait list going on right now, but we would love for anybody who's interested in going down to the Fisher Cats at the end of April to contact us, and we're going to be going down there for a free game, thanks to some of our sponsors. And there's also a build your own picnic table day that we have in conjunction with the Valley Building Supply, where you can't buy picnic tables for as cheap as you're going to be able to get one, and you get to have your hands on making these things. And we're going to instruct and teach you how to do this stuff, provide all the tools and the lumber's there, and we'll even help you transport it back to your house. So if you, especially for father-sons or any groups out there that want to get their hands dirty and look at how to operate some of this stuff, we're excited to have Build Your Own Picnic Table Day coming up too.
And this will be held at La Valleys?
It'll be at the Valleys.
At La Valleys. You maybe can, help me with a hammer and a nail, because I'm not that handy, so maybe we'll take a few lessons that you have there.
Yes.
So some very exciting programs that you've got coming up, and we commend you and your hard work and your staff that I know support you tremendously in this particular project. You are open if somebody just wants to stop in at the Lebanon Recreation Department. Come up the steps of the City Hall, first room right there on your right, and your hours are?
I'm there from 8 to 5, at least 8:30 to 4:30, but 8 to 5 you always be able to find somebody around.
So for more information on any of the programs and projects that Paul has talked about, you can come in and inquire more, register if you need to register for some of the events and activities going on. So Paul, okay.
Yeah, a couple other new things for people to be aware of. We just had this big Shamrock Shuffle event. And anybody who's in Lebanon on their way to the home show, hopefully, a couple Saturdays ago, would have seen a massive number of green people walking around. There's a 5K road race that we had, over 1,100 people, which makes it one of the biggest 5K road races in the entire region. So, but all of that raised funds for our scholarship program. So we'd like to encourage anybody who's out there who's interested in taking part in something that we offer but can't afford to please contact us, because we have some funds available. It's a simple application process to make sure you're qualified, and we'd like to be able to get anybody involved. Don't want finances to ever be in the way of somebody getting out and having a recreational experience. And we also, new this year, are offering multiple child discounts. So if you have a family of 2 or 3 and you want to sign them up for a program, we have a discounted rate for your second and third child and so on. So we're trying to make it easier and easier for folks to get involved, and hope that that's a good service to people around here.
Excellent. Oh, that's very good. Very informative. Well, Paul, we thank you very much for being with us this week. We wish you well for your upcoming programs, and I hope everybody will participate.
Indeed.
So for another week, we'll be back again with another exciting program. Until then.